we're in that moment, that little crossroads in time, right? So the power was always with the candidate, probably not anymore, right? So the power is now going to be with the client. So it's happened overnight, but it's a really interesting moment. All of a sudden, clients from being, love them dearly, kind of arrogant, kind of, so candidates being kind of arrogant. They don't care. It's all about how much money you're going to pay me. From that moment in time, clients have to be a bit wizzy at the moment. How are they going to present their brand right now? How are they going to deliver a message to make them sound, kind of super sexy? How are they going to do this? It's just really interesting because, I was a client that everyone wanted to work with and now they don't. I was a candidate everybody wanted and now they don't. And everyone's having to learn different skills about presenting themselves to the best of their ability, right? It's not just a question of turning up.
No, I think it's good.
I think I'm being robbed.
Off to the gym. Fantastic. Yeah. That's us. That happens. Yeah, that was.
That's new life.
I think if you're smart, I'm not speaking for all recruitment businesses, but when close friends of mine who run recruitment businesses say, how about Scotty, could you just come with me on site with the client and do something? That really piques my interest because, one, again, to make this clear, it's not a professional videography gig, It's homemade in many ways. It's done with the cameras, it's done with the tripod. Who better to draw out a client talking about their brand and what they're working on than the recruitment professional who's been working with them for X amount of years, or even if they're a new, who better? Because again, with respect to Neil and respect to all the videographers out there,
they're creative.
If you've got a great recruiter who can do an on-site with a client or do a remote now even with a client around a particular area of specialism, one of the three things that... To have a recruiter publish something about how buzzed up they are about their client's technology or products,
it's brilliant.
And to do that cost effectively, without it being like, you don't have to have a flipping drone shot for that, do you? You just have to have a recruiter who gives an SHIT about that customer and the technology that they're using. And then it's kind of wax on, wax off. You're bringing that out on video because you are skilled at, you're not flipping Hitchcock, you're not Kubrick, but you're a senior business recruitment consultant or a director, and you know how to get the most out of that client using your smartphone. That to me I might be doing castles in the air there, but that to me seems like a very fun, very cool way of engaging.
100% agree. And here's one for you, right? So from the last 6 months, you go into front of a customer site, back in the days when we could actually meet and touch people. You walk out of it and you're walking down the old street and you're saying, I just picked up these 3 roles. You will get 50 to 60% more response to that than anything else. There's no design in it. There was no functionality about it. There were no subtitles. There was no framing. It was just bullshit. However, that's what a first mover was. Today, we've got a bit better about it. So can I ask you, let's start with the no-nos. Can you what 2 or 3 absolute no-nos if you're going to try to do a piece to camera and you're walking around. I did a couple in the golf course and you couldn't see my face because I was literally, do you know what? I was a photographer once upon a time. If I put my hand that way, I've got a shadow on my face. Put a hand that way, you couldn't see my face. I was doing it that way, but I walk and talk, and it was the most rubbish thing I'd ever done. Actually, I posted it anyway because I couldn't give a shit because it's just
because it was something, and that was Jan 2019. And now look, and that's not a bad scope. That like 14, 15 months, mate, it can't be bad. That, but for me, a no-no is the low shot, constant low shot. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's more than just a taste thing. Psychologically, you're looking down on the audience. Why? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. I'm prepared to accept the earpods in because I understand the quality of sound that is creating. I think that's perfectly reasonable. But I don't like the low shot, and I don't like the low shot constantly moving. So I don't like no dynamic. And the point is, it's not just a shaky camera, it's no dynamic in that. The moment you see, so even if I'm doing this, you know, I'm really excited and I've just come out from this, I don't have to say, then the most important thing is we're still surviving. We're still getting through this. You know, there is business out there. Anyway, he's got to go because I've got to go catch my train. So that concept of, there's a lot in that move, but essentially you could call it slow, quick stop. Slow, quick stop. The way that Fred Astaire might dance. So if you're walking along, try to go for arm's length, shoulder height, engage with the lens. Yes, you're walking because you're busy. That's right. But remember the audience. The audience is behind that lens. Make sure you look into the lens and not at the person or not at the thing that's recording, at the most important point. Yeah? I mean, I can reflect on all sorts of things to do with where our business is coming, but if I know that you are there, that is golden. Golden. It's an audience of one person. It's not millions of people. It's not all your thousands of followers. It's that one person who's on the tram or sat at home on furlough who's going to watch your bit and it's going to do their nut. That one person is who you're engaging with. So again, that's physically, try to find a moment to stop. Even if you're moving about a lot, try to find a moment to stop. Even if you're doing in hand, is it still there? Even if you're doing, you know, hand away, you can look away or you can move around to something. But you see, I've got control of the camera, and it's not just swinging for swinging's sake. It has a sense of my audience. So slow, quick stop, and find the lens. And then the twinkle's the most important thing. What you need to do is you need to look at yourself in the mirror and you need to try to examine what it is that's in your mind.
Don't do that, Scott. You've got form, mate. Don't do that.
Yeah. So once you know that you have a relationship with the camera, you know where it is, you know who's behind that camera, you know you can pick moments to really, really down the barrel of the gun, say your point to them and look away and look back, then you have some sense of dynamic in what you're doing. And that works with fixed camera, works with an office desk shot. If you're doing a shot at your desk, looking away, looking back, works in close-up. It works all the time, that sense of...
And how do you feel about things like car videos and stuff? Because I have a personal absolute fucking hatred for them. Because it's like, you know, sitting in the car to do a video, it looks contrived. It's like a cheap studio. It's just... I don't like stuff like that. And actually, one of the things that has happened through this whole Zoom issue for the last, 6 weeks, people knows about people's houses and they want to look. Right? Yeah. And it's a really easy way to get some capture. And if your message is really strong in that first 6, 12, I don't know how many seconds you'd say, but that first moment, and you've got a really interesting background, you'll just be nosy enough to actually listen to it. And if you're stuck in a car all the time, it's just bore off. And the stickers on videos and stuff.
It is, but the point really is about you, the broadcaster, you, the video, you making your content, knowing 1 or 2 or 3 types of sets that work for you, that you feel are strong.
Okay.
Remember, set design and set production is a whole department in a movie studio, and indeed there's an Oscar for it. So it's that important. I'll get to the car in a minute, but this is one of my setups, and then I have a setup over there, and I have a setup in the other room. And what I've done, it's not just because I'm really, really passionate and really interested in it and overdoing it. It's just because I've gone, I wonder where's good to shoot in here. Where is natural light? What do I do with it? Try to trust your instinct with your background. You are projecting part of yourself. You'll read lots of videos or see lots of videos rather that will say, oh, don't have too much, or do have your books, or don't have your books, and it will mess with your mind. You are the producer of your stuff. So you pick your background, and I recommend you just have a little look around your flat. You've got lots of time to do it around your house. Where is good for production? On the car.
Scott, I haven't got those luxuries at the moment, right?
Right.
I've got builders to the back of me, builders to the front of me, and Thunderbird's 2 mole coming from a fucking front row roof. So yeah, but at the moment we're stuck here, and I sit here because I'm a dick. I put flowers, make me look softer. Nice.
That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Can I just say this is golden?
The car thing, just briefly, with the car thing, people do it because it's safe, and that's right. And I've actually seen some wonderful, very touching stories told in the car setup. But again, the same rule applies. Make the most of your environment. Don't shoot the roof of the car like that. Don't do that. Frame yourself nicely, get yourself a little mini tripod. And then when you watch other people, Casey Neistat, who if you're at all interested in blogging, you must watch Casey Neistat and just learn about what he does. And he will do it from the back of the car. So leaning round from the back of the car in between the two. Now, that's not because he studied film. It's because he's just looking at the environment and where's interesting, where is stand out. I think if you constantly do from the same shot, oh, here's me in my car again, look at the roof of my car, then that is very boring and very samey, yeah. But make the most of that environment. Why don't you turn the window down, shoot yourself with a tripod coming through the window? Why not?
You're too nice, mate. You're too nice. You let people away. You let people away with shit. I wouldn't do that.
There we go.
Right.
There we go.
So, yeah, I'm a bit of a dick. Right. So, I'm loving this, by the way, because one, it's a passion for me, and it's the future, and I want to make sure that everybody who I work with and who I care about is really good on this. Now, something just to kind of work towards a wrap up here, right? You sent me something about splitting your marketing brain and your performance brain. Wow, right? I totally 100% get it. Tell people.
You want to know if people like your posts. Of course you do. You can look at the list of everybody who liked them and how many are first and second and third connections. There's work there. You absolutely want to engage with the people who have commented on your piece. They made a comment. If you do a simple thank you and a like, that's the least. And you can see, is that a prospect? How can I develop that? Of course. You can look at the number of views, and it is, it's a trip to get 8,000 views on a video. It just is. It's a trip, and you love it. And then from that, as a marketeer, you can extrapolate, am I going to do a thought piece this week? Am I going to do an opinion piece on something? Am I going to do you like Quavers or Twiglets? Whatever, with respect to my marketing colleagues, whatever they're teaching about fast production and it's just easy. And yes, you're going to want to think, oh, hang on, I put that vid out on Sunday night and it did really well. I have to say, Sunday night is probably quite a hot time to do something that you're very proud of and put it out. Probably. Who am I to know? I don't. No one knows anything. Remember, William Goldman said that, the man who wrote Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. No one in Hollywood knows anything. They make a hit one time, they make Predator, then they make another Predator, and it does or does not do better. So as a marketeer, engage, be interested, do all of those things, as I've said, and there's probably many, many more. As a performer, be clear about your speech dynamics, your movement dynamics, your character, the character you're playing, and the story that you're telling. Be comfortable as much as you can be in your own skin. Do that take and be happy with that. Do that take, finish it, broadcast it. Yes, look at the likes. Yes, follow it in that way. But you see, that part of your work is the performance part, and you've done great. You're happy with that. We say it's in the can. Done. Produce that and then see what comes from that. So having that focus on you as a performer, are you happy with what you've done? I was watching your interview with Trevor Pinder, and you were saying you want recruiters should be paid on their efforts as much as their results, isn't it? And that's you and I, at heart, we try to help other people perform to their best of their ability. That's what we both do, irrespective of what you call our job titles. And we've always tried to do that to the best of our ability. And so it is it is art in that way. You've done something from the heart. You've aimed to be authentic. You've aimed to be as real as possible. You've delivered it. You've done it. Evaluate that from a performance point of view. And then, with respect, the rest is marketing. When did it go out? What was the response? I did that in awfully the wrong. It's very, very, very important. But don't get that mixed up with you being proud of you and what you've done, delivered, bang, print that, let's move on. Does that make that's why some people don't look back at their stuff. You know? Terry Wogan never looked back at his stuff. He just did it. You couldn't imagine a man more in the moment, you know, Terry Wogan, and we're probably showing our age, but this is a man who professionally live interviewed people for what? 4 hours a week or something like that. He was just really, really, really good at his job, and so in the moment that he knows he's serving right to the people he's interviewing in the way he's performing with his voice, his movement, his character, and his storytelling. I'll leave it there.
No, well, I totally agree with that, because literally I'll say it as I see it, and you know, if I mess up, I don't care. Some of the videos that I've happened this week, I've been having Julianne now is taken to ordering things off Amazon like it's a competitive sport. So all the way through doing videos, it's just, but you know, we've left them in, because just, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, you love me or hate me. You know, I am what I am, and I'm not playing a character or a caricature of myself. It's just, you know, it's
what you are.
I just love it. But you can play a character, but it just makes it way more hard work. You have to practice, and then you have to do rehearsal, and then write yourself scripts and notes. And basically, I wrote 3 notes about this. Just finally, can I do the sales bit for you? What you're doing, how you're doing it, and how can people get in touch with you?
Well, I help people get over their fear of being on video.
And presenting.
And presenting, and I help people with all sorts, sales, management, events, but particularly around video and their video presence. We deliver a great course. I'm really proud of the course. It's for 12 people, but we can also do up to 20 people in a slightly different format. And that, you know, you've got 3 people delivering that course who have collectively 100 years of experience in film, television, theatre, radio, and teaching and business. It's like a day. It's like a day at drama school, proper day. Like, so the pitch is kind of, do you want to have the same kind of training that the people who were at college with us had?
Jude Law, etc.
Jude was in the National Youth Music Theatre. I learned a lot from him, but, you know, it's a professional drama school. And when you think, you know, you go to RADA Business, you're going to pay top dollar for that. And this is something which is really geared towards you, your people, especially if you're in recruitment. So I love the courses. I'm also doing digital courses, digital tasters for that. I think it's fair enough. People have a taster of what it might be. And that's video presence, physical presence. One of the strongest ones is a one-to-one with a business leader, because with respect to them and their people, they may not want to be part of a big group. It's understandable. It might be quite involved. And so maybe the first couple of hours is talking about their business, understanding what the messages are, who they are. And then maybe you get 2 or 3 things in the can by the end of it, and they've had a good day, and it's kind of got their head around who they are as a business leader. And another angle would be, who is the face in your business? So you might have someone at senior consultant level or team leader level who is very much geared towards being an excellent digital broadcaster. That person would benefit, trust me, from a drama school style of training, either one-off or ongoing support through 40-minute lessons. That's what I'm talking about. It's a proper thing that teaches you performance. That's it.
And one of the things that I think a lot of people, when they go back, within 10 minutes, they're going to try and do some sort of AGM meeting, a rah-rah. There's nobody better in helping you from a blank sheet of paper come up with concepts, words, drivers, and then coach the boss to deliver that like they've never delivered anything before. And if we're just about to go through an absolute boom, mate, I'd have you in my corner anytime.
Thank you very much.
You look after yourself, look after the family, keep playing the guitar, stay safe, sort that hair out, and keep it real.
I can't. What am I supposed to do with it? I can't do anything.
Wear a hat, mate. Wear a hat.
Wear a hat? I could have worn me bubble. I'll do me. What?
You're going to sing us a song?
See what?
You finishing singing
I'll
this
sing that song.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Step inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? You said that you'd never be all the things that you've seen slowly fade away.
Thank you, Scotty. Love and peace, brother. See you later.
Greetings from Manchester. Thank you, Gigi.
Cheers, brother.